What's going on, people? How you living? Happy holidays. Hopefully everyone had a great Christmas and we about to get into it. So just to let you know what's going on for B School for Hustlers and all these Christmas specials. At the beginning of the year, the price goes up. So if you want to be part of the digital education, you want to be part of any of this stuff, you need to make your moves now. I'm here with a public announcement. Officially, your weekends are over. That's right. Weekend is over. It's gone, man. If you are a person that's getting on your grind, your weekends are over. Even if you're in the preparatory phase, your weekends are over. And this is a good thing, football is about to get to the playoffs, so the weekends are over, man. If you are a person that's on your grind, if you are a person who is about to try to get it, if you are a person that in 2020, life's going to be different, your weekends are over. Your weekends. Erica's stuck on vacation. Goonies girl, that's a good thing, because this is one of the things that I'm doing in the How to Start a Service Business course is mindset training. The mindset training is so important because, we were talking about CoffeeZilla. A lot of people been talking about CoffeeZilla, how he's calling out these fake gurus and stuff. And he ain't really providing people a pathway to who's good, because I have spent $1,000 up to $10,000 for training, and I've always made way more money than I spent. But I'm an active business person. I don't go ahead and spend $10,000 and think this course is going to make me a millionaire. It's like, if this $10,000 can make me another 100K, that's money well spent. That's better than most investments. But you got people out here spending $2,000 thinking that it's going to literally change their life, and they butt hurt when it doesn't happen because they're unrealistic. They're very unrealistic, because there are many people out here who feel that they can change their lives, start a business, and make no sacrifices and still be comfortable. Still be comfortable. Still have time to watch the football game. Still have time to Netflix and chill with Big Booty Betty for 2-3 days straight. Netflix binging, watching Netflix all day Saturday, all day Sunday, go to work Monday, and then somehow cram 30, try to cram some productive activities into their 30 days, 30 minutes a day. It ain't gonna work. This is what I'm telling you. Your weekends are gone. When I was, and I'm ashamed to admit this, when I was in that boarding house, I had the same mentality. Monday through Friday, I was making below chump change. It was below chump change. And then on the weekends, I somehow felt, well, it's the weekends, I need to be off. And that changed the second half I was in that boarding house, because it got me a second job and I started earning more money and I started working weekends. But I had this mentality that if I worked Monday through Friday, even if the work that I did was not providing the living that I wanted, that I still need to be off on the weekends. Because everybody was off on the weekends. Thank God it's Friday. Weekend, baby, weekend, baby. And when I let go of that mentality, like I just told y'all in the stream the other day, upscale garage sale, I redesigned my whole life around that event because I had to be fresh. I had to be on point. I didn't go out. I didn't drink. I didn't had no late night. Like I said, I've just never been one of those people to be out 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. It just hasn't been how I rolled. Just hasn't been how I rolled. And I remember this chick, she was going out to the club with her friends and she wanted to see me and she was going to get home like 1 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to go over there at 1 o'clock. We're going to mess around to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Then I'm going to get up all groggy and stuff. Goonies girl, I try to pace myself during the week so I don't start my weekend fresh. Hey, time management is an important thing. Time management is a very important thing because one of the things you got to understand and you've got to know is that there is no work-life balance in the beginning. Not only are your weekends gone, but your work-life balance, until you actually start building something that's making some money, there ain't no work-life balance. You gotta hit it. You gotta hit it. You gotta hit it until oil sprouts out, until cash starts flowing up through the floor. You gotta keep hitting it. You gotta keep showing up. There ain't no work-life balance. You got kids, your kids ain't gonna see you. Let me say this again. You got kids, your kids ain't gonna see you. They will adjust. Because if they see you, you're happy, you're loving, they will adjust. But it's about to be 2020. You got to say this hustler's anthem. I commit to the grind. A lot of people were talking about Gary Vee and the grind and this hustle mentality and how dangerous it was. It's only dangerous to broke people. Because if you adopt this hustle mentality and you start grinding, you ain't gonna be broke. I think being broke is worse than grinding. And look at these immigrants. These immigrants make tremendous sacrifices. Right now, you got somebody here from Nigeria, someone from Haiti, St. Kitts, and they family are back there. But they're here in the United States of America grinding. They're grinding. They ain't seeing their families. You've got mothers who come here from Africa who work these suck jobs so they can send money home to get the family over here so the kids will have a better life. This mother over here who's working this suck job, she doesn't get the liberty of tucking her kids in. She don't see her kids for months, in some cases a few years. She does not lay her eyes on her children. You got people over here talking about like, man, I gotta work too hard. I gotta work too hard. You get to tuck little Timmy in at night. You get to talk to little Timmy for 30 minutes at the end of the day. You got immigrants over here who are not seeing their family or children for years while they grind. So you can grind and still be with your family. You got to make a choice. What are you going to do? Are you going to grind? Are you going to build? Are you going to commit to the hustle? Because see, you have to commit. This is why I say your weekends are gone. Stop thinking like, oh, it's the weekend. Like if there's someone's wedding or there's a birthday party, go. They ain't every weekend. They ain't every weekend. I'm not saying become a hermit or a social hermit and don't do things and don't be with people. But I'm just saying sit down, laying down, chilling, not really doing anything. That's gone. You got to let that go. This is one of the things I'm going to make very clear in the course. You got to commit to the grind. And you're going to have to commit to the grind for 2 to 3 years. This is why I'm being honest with you guys. This is why you'll take these online courses for affiliate marketing or how to create this website, and you don't make no money. There was a thread in ClickFunnels about that. Like these folks, this guy, he's like, I've done all this stuff and I made no money online. I'm gonna tell you when I made money online. I made pure money online 5 months after I got online. What was I doing during those 5 months? Creating content, creating a YouTube channel, writing every day. I was grinding. But I also had the benefit of the knowledge of knowing that the grind would pay off. For you beginning grinders, for you beginning people, for you folks who are just getting into this, you don't have this superpower. I know if, like, B School for Hustlers, like sales just went through the roof recently. And I was expecting that to happen 2 or 3 months down the road. And sales are skyrocketed. But every day I get up and I focus on the business. Hence the reason I don't have time for all these women, because I'm grinding. I'm showing up. I'm putting in work. You have to be consistent. I mean, if you grind 5 days out the week, you take Saturday off, they ain't gonna really hurt you. But if you half step Monday through Friday, then don't do nothing on the weekends, that's gonna kill you. What's up, Johnny Walton? That's gonna kill you. Erica Williams, commit to the grind. Goonies Girl, really, I get inspired watching YouTube channels of African-American medical students who stay on their grind. They come from villages where they don't get their first shoes until they're 8, 9, 10 years old. These kids are walking around barefoot. They know what poverty is. They know what not having clean drinking water, what an issue that is. They know. And that's why they come over here and they commit to the grind. They commit to working hard. They commit to doing what they need to do. Erica Williams, to tell folks, do they commit to an hour minimum to 3 hours because they commit to ESPN the full hour? No more ESPN. And it's going to be hard if you're a football fan like I am. And this season has been challenging because I've been trying to get my work done during the week so I could take the weekends off. But once again, your weekends are gone for 2 to 3 years. B Page, I gave up weekends years ago. People thought I was crazy. I feel it's to get a day. B Page, you took the message away. Mr. Supreme, yes, I want to make it 2020 will be the year for me. I'm not in this, even in sports. LL Lewis, true. North Americans have a different type of poverty than the rest of the world. Yeah, because you ain't living like the Real Housewives of Atlanta or Washington or Maryland or whatever. You consider yourself living in poverty. Our poorest people here have cell phones, cable. Many of them have the brand new iPhone, and they talking about they poor. I remember I used to work for the census, and there was this lady, she used to be so, I don't understand these people riding the bus and they got cell phones. I don't understand. Deep Throat, Jordans. Our poorest people in America, except for the folks who are homeless. The homeless, which California has 50% of the United States Americans homeless people, who are getting disease, who are copping dumps in grocery stores. San Francisco right now has a problem with human waste because people are just taking a squat wherever they may happen to be. Eric Williams, banana. I saw these studio apartments with giant flat screen televisions, and those studios were the budget units. I mean, unless you're homeless, living on the street, or living in van life, or living in car, our poor people are not poor compared to the other poor people around the rest of the world. How do you measure productivity on those weekends, Darren Brown? What do you get done? This is how I measure productivity any day of the week. I wake up with a list of items to do, and at the end of the day, are those items crossed off? Are they done? That's how I measure my productivity. LL Lewis, right? Ain't heard our phone and broke. Go get an Android and save. American privilege is out of hand. If you make over 36,000, you're in the top 2% of the world's economy. Killer BO3. Absolutely. See, American poverty, unless you're in the Appalachian Mountains or living on the streets of California, American poverty ain't really poverty. Weekends are for hustling. Simple answer. Let's help the homeless. Just a thought. There's a lot that goes with that solution to helping homeless. John Smith, how do you define true wealth? Are you living your life the way that you want to? That's true wealth. Are you healthy? That's true wealth. Do you have money to get everything you need and get a lot of what you want? That's true wealth. BK Pro, what do you mean? Eric Williams, SOP, standard operating procedure. Write down what you need to do, and that's your to-do list. That's how I operate. I have a list, and I start work on the first task until it gets done. Then I move to the second task. That's productivity, getting stuff done. What's up, Angelo? Welcome to the live stream. On my to-do list to start with the items that make money. Hey, I am Nate. I am from Cali. I was homeless and I worked my way up. A lot of homeless in Cali don't have to be homeless. Woo, okay. Spoken from the streets. If you're a handyman that didn't make at least G before the 21st, 24th, your hustle's backwards. Ryan Leslie said, wealth is freedom of your time. Wealthy, not having to work at Walmart in the 80s. Deep drop. Pelosi spent $30 million trying to impeach while her people on the street. Welcome to America. I don't know why people won't let Trump off. Like, yeah, he did something bad. Let's just spank his hand. He did an impeachable offense. They were doing their jobs. It's funny. It's just let him off. Let him get away with doing this stuff. Torrance play just. Ryan Leslie went in, direct response, get those phone numbers. Absolutely. Eric Williams, have you seen the Invisible People channel? Yeah, a lot of those people have mental and drug issues because if you fall into homelessness and you're of sound mind and body, you're only going to be homeless a little while. You're not going to be homeless for years. You're just not. Crazy choices, it's an issue. Sometimes doing items whatever order you feel like is more motivating. Well, I put the hard stuff first and the most time-consuming stuff because my energy level's higher. Rugged collars. What's up, Glendon? These holidays are becoming more and more awkward. Don't know to gift them on their level. I decided to ball a little, felt so embarrassed. What do you do? What you do is you gift them on their level. You can be, because it can be awkward when someone gives you a plate of cookies as a gift and you give them like a $10,000 bracelet. That could be a little awkward. Ganja, in New York City, there's such a thing as professional homeless people. Well, there's some people who pretend, but we're talking about the real homeless, the folks who are really homeless. DeValve Cooper, how do you find a product with arbitrage that people want? I'm thinking about unlocked cell phones. Do your research, man. I mean, here's the thing. People ask me all the time, like, what product should I sell? If you have not invested 30 to 50 hours researching what you should sell, you just playing around. Money becomes really more important to you the poorer you are. Eric Williams, I buy books and seafood. The whole family going, oh, you got money for seafood? That's funny. That's hilarious. All right, Silver New Jack. Rothy, a lot of people focus on Trump because they're too lazy to think and deal with things that control and improve their lives. Oh, he be messing up, but So you've got to really here's the thing. Like, one of the reasons that I launched this How to Start a Service Business course is, here's the truth about making money online. All right. When I came online, it took me 6 months to make money online. This was 2009. There was not as much competition as there is today. So that's one thing. Making money online can be great if you're in a position to be able to make money online. And by what I mean is, if you've got money coming in, like I had money in the bank. So I was in a position where I was self-funded. I didn't have any bills. I didn't have any car payments. I didn't have none of that stuff. So I was able to come here and start my business, my internet business, and take the time that I needed. And my internet business scaled up over a period of years. First year was 62,000. The second year was 92,000. The third year was 1.5 million. Once again, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. 3 years of grinding, of putting in work, of showing up, of testing stuff, creating products that failed, creating products that sold. This is why I'm not lying to you guys, because it's going to take you 2 to 3 years, because you're going to go from this space you're currently in to this new prosperity, and that's going to take some time. It's just going to take some time. About 10 pounds of crab legs and 5 pounds of shrimp. It was like, here's dinner. Folks count the cost of seafood. This is something else too. As you're on your grind, and once your life gets better, remember that the people around you are still where they were when you started. So let's go ahead and fast forward. It's 5 years in the future. You started your business. You're making 150K. All your bills are paid. The cars in your driveway are paid for. You don't have any debt. You got money in the bank. You're investing in rental real estate. You're doing all of these things. Remember that the people who are your friends and family are in the same spot that they were 5 years ago. They haven't moved. That's why you're going to start, it sure must be nice to be living like you are. It sure must be nice to have this and this. And they're not going to be talking about when you gave up your weekends, like what I'm saying, your weekends are gone, when you were elbows down, head down, working every day. No one says anything about that. But when you start to get results, that's when people notice. When you start to get results, that's when people notice. I believe one of the reasons people fail in business is because of risk aversion. How many people do you think can continue doing business if they made $1 million but only made 30 to 40? Hey, it's a process, man. I need to talk to businessmen, not hustlers. Dev Copper, I gave you some practical advice. You need to spend 50 to 60 hours researching what product you're going to sell and researching the audience. That was the business advice. You looking for somebody to spoon feed you success. That ain't going to happen on this channel. I'm going to tell you what you need to do to be real. I need to talk to business people. You need to get off your ass and do some damn research. That's what you need to do, and stop begging and whining. All right. One man asked me about the new job. That's funny. Let's see. Goodbye, Dev. Because you're watching me. I'm not watching you, but you're watching me. That should tell you where your position is, boy. And you know, Lloyd, you got to get yourself a budget, man. You got to get yourself a budget and stay on your budget. That's your problem. If all your money like disappears, you don't have a budget, you don't have a savings account, you don't have any of that. I was like, I hadn't worked a job in 4 years. Well, people don't understand when they see you making these moves, man. Because once again, you know, we're going to go back to Dev Copper, who was kind of snapping back, talking about, I need to talk to business people, not hustlers. I told him to go ahead and spend 30 to 40 hours researching what he needs to sell. See, this is the thing that nobody talks about. The work that people do. Like, I bring up Erica Williams all the time. You can go to her channel. You can literally go back 3-4 years ago to the videos when she had a job and see that she started a credit repair business. She started a painting business. She started not one, but 2 service businesses. And her life is different 4 years later. You can go ahead to her channel and look and see the journey. It didn't happen in 1 year. It didn't happen in 2 years. It didn't happen in 3. It happened in about 3 going on 4 years. This is what you're looking at doing to change your personal circumstances. And if you want to think about it, 4 to 5 years of grinding and you're going to live to be 85, 90, there ain't a lot of time out of your lifespan. But if you spend 40 to 50 years half-stepping, you know, have to be off every weekend because you got to be at the party even though you broke, even though you're hiding your car from the repo man, but you still going to take the weekends off. That's crazy. How do you make huge business risks without being caught up in the law and legal stuff? Extraordinary Money, I talk about this. You can run virtually any business in America for a few weeks, a few months without even having to worry about that. Get the money first and worry about that stuff later. The Scissor Red, big fact, success isn't the same for everyone. There's something that's called pedestrian success. When we say 50 Cent successful, everybody would say he's successful. We would say Sean Combs is successful. Everybody say he's successful. When everyone say Russell Wilson is successful, everybody. There is such a thing as a common level of success. This whole, I'm successful, I don't make any money, I'm just out here chilling, I define my own level of success is bullshit. Douglas Jones, hey, if that's one of your core strengths, no fake hustle pouring around here. Absolutely not, Killer B. Dev is really slacking. He wants easy answers to a complex situation. Anybody that's going into e-commerce has got volumes of research to do so they know they can sell their products. Douglas Jones, take a course on learning how to teach. Tony Lund, Dale, come on, Dale, wants you to fly to his house and do the work for him, man. I know. That's why I told him what I told him. Fajita, I mean, yeah, I mean, once again, you can look at Eric. I mean, you can see what she did. You can literally see what she did. You watch the videos. You can literally see the pathway. And it, and once again, like a lot of people, like 2, 3, 4, 5 years, that's too long. Not if you compare and contrast that to how long you're going to live. Happy New Year to everybody. Dev is an example of the younger generation. Hard-headed, don't want to listen, always argue. Dev, I knew deep down you would come to that realization. Pretty much. Erica Williams, folks want that microwave success. And like right now, e-commerce is an opportunity if you're willing to do the work. If you're willing to do the first thing is find an audience first. This is where everybody who's looking for a product first and the audience second goes wrong. You're going to have, it's just going to be it's going to be much harder than it has to be. Coach McCarthy, I talked to you over 4 years ago, getting things go. It does take time. Bianza was working the job. I mean, Bianza was just a special dude. LL Lewis, you should be looking at audiences. You should find a group of people of an audience that wants the same thing. That's what you should be looking at. You should be looking at the audience. That's what you should be looking at. You should be looking at the audience. This is, because when I get around to it, because, when I launched my first digital product, I knew there was an audience out there. I did not know that it was going to be that big, but I knew there was an audience out there. Ronnie Dunger, Erica's a real success. I met her in person, spent time with her. Here's like, people want what Erica has, but they don't want to do what she did to get it. That's the problem. All right, Angela Lloyd, congratulations. Because in the beginning, once you start adapting these new money principles, it's going to be a challenge because you're creating new behavior and new habits. But once this habit starts to stick, once you get in the habit of saving money, once you get in the habit of always having money, once you get in the habit of making money, you're going to feel weird when you don't. Man, Hobbs Bishops, that's messed up, man. That is messed up. Mr. Supreme, I don't really know anything about network marketing. BS literally means something tries it. Immediately, folks miss that experiment part. A lot of folks don't want to take chances. No problem, Rothy. Joseph, my weekends ain't ever over. I'm keep going hard on the weekends where everyone's out partying, relaxing. If you read the book, The Fast Lane Millionaire by DeMarco, he talks about that. He's like, when all his friends were partying and stuff, he was driving that limo. He talks about that. And this is what a lot of people don't want to do. They don't want to stop partying and hanging out and being off. E-commerce is a growth industry. Currently, e-commerce only represents 11% of the economy. It's going to get to 30-something%. Coach McCarthy, your advice on finding your audience and niche was extremely helpful, where you can help people, whether you have knowledge about the sweet spot. That's where you got to start, man. You got to start with them. What's up, Jamar? Marvin's Marketing Madness. An audience plus good marketing equals cha-ching. Absolutely. You know, 21 years old, man, you've got the you conceivably could live another 60 to 70 years. Start grinding, man. It's less than 200 people watching trying to build themselves, but it's 16K people watching a live celebrity gospel vlog. Hey, man, that gets the views. Appliance Bootcamp, e-commerce is crazy. I had a friend that sold this 10+ million service company to sell online courses. 2 months in the game, to understand why he sold his service company. Do you know the Amazing Selling Machine has made $92 million? That's the Amazon FBA course, $92 million. All right, a lot of people know about MJ DeMarco. People want it to be super quick and crazy easy. People want a time limit. Like if I grind 90 days, that will equal thousands of dollars. Absolutely. Jamar, that book, Super Learning, you recommended was golden. Yeah, because one of the things that gets me into trouble is I try to teach people the foundational stuff. Like, you know, what Jamar John Johnson was talking about, Super Learning. That's a foundational book. You know, one of the things is the foundational stuff. Going back to Michigan against Duke, they had the Fab Five. All of those guys were athletically gifted. Duke didn't have nothing from an athletic standpoint, but Duke was foundationally and fundamentally sound in the game of basketball, and that's why they won. And a lot of people don't want to be fundamentally sound. They want to be like the Fab Five. The black socks, got the shorts sagging, got that swag, right? When swag meets foundational, someone that's fundamentally, foundationally sound, swag gets knocked out the building. Swag gets pimp slapped each and every time. There is such a thing as getting rich quick, but it ain't easy. It happens. Extraordinary Money. Erica's already got an infrastructure built up. She's already got an infrastructure like amazingly, because I've been grinding and I have an infrastructure, I have an audience. The sales of the B School for Hustlers has taken off. So you've already got to have something in place to grind into. And many of you are still building. You don't have anything. That's the problem. In building stuff is hard work. Sticking to it. Like when, let's see. All right. One of the things that you can't replace, and you've got to build this experience. Because when I came to YouTube, I knew from experience running the upscale garage sale, posting ads on Craigslist, I knew that if I kept working hard enough in the right direction, it was going to pay off. And many of you don't have that benefit because this is all brand new. This is all the beginning. This is all speculation. And you don't have the confidence to believe in yourself because you don't have the evidence of success that comes from hard work. And this is why a lot of people just don't want to work hard. It's like, I need guarantees. And I guarantee you, if you do the correct amount of work the right way, you will be successful. Life of a Serious Diesel. Well, I love your channel. I've been rocking with you years since the big penis in the sky. I was thinking about doing another video like that. I've learned so much from you. I've even purchased some of your material. I'm ready to take action. Awesome. Eric Williams, mindset is the biggest part. I agree wholeheartedly. I seriously went to mastermind with guys with credit cards with 50,000 in the limits and didn't know what to do with it. A lot of people will go out and do this credit game and get all this credit, and they have no concept where to put the money. I've seen that a lot. Let's see. Jamar Jones, I wish I had known about you in 2009 before I agreed to a ridiculous child support order. Man. Scott Benson, thanks for putting me on the CoffeeZilla. He set fire to all these fake gurus that leads to a lot of confusion. I know Douglas Jones, he does. Execution will beat swag all day long. Goonies girl, I had to cut out a lot of YouTube nonsense. Almost need to create a cult of success. Surround myself with people who are striving. This is what you get from going to these masterminds. Someone that's going to spend some money, that's going to get on a plane to go to an event, rent a hotel room. That person is serious. Because that's the value of going to masterminds and these meetups. You interact with serious people. BK Pro, that's interesting. All right, Coach McCarthy. Ganja, as the Stoics say, the obstacle is the way. Do what needs to be done with your goals, for you will be dead one day. That's kind of deep. Marvin's marketing man is true indeed. Building my e-commerce business takes hard work and a lot of time. The learning curve kills a lot of business build because a lot of people want to buy like a course on affiliate marketing and go make 100, 200, 300K and don't spend that much money. What I have found out is when you make an investment in yourself and in your business, it pays dividends. Mr. Supreme, go to Google and look that up. Because that's what I would have to do. One does not fear failure. They will be unstoppable. Learn that mindset myself right now. I mean, once again, because this is one of the things that happens when you build something the first time. And this is why the service business course is so important. For many of you, this is going to be your first business. And once you build it, your confidence is going to go through the roof. Your confidence, your mindset's going to change. Dr. Nuts, that's crazy. I will not be up at 6 a.m. tomorrow. I'm getting up at like 9. And I don't go to bed till like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. So that's the schedule I'm on. Alex went ahead and Googled it. Sheila Constern. Now, once again, we got Erica Williams as a prime example of the grind. relatable. You can look at it, and it's going to take a few years, but you're going to live to be 80, 90 years old. So what's 4 or 5 years out of 90? They ain't nothing. Angela Lloyd, people need to also understand that having the wrong person in your life at the right time can kill and destroy anything you built. Goodness, that is the truth. Grind, Eric Williams, grind in systems. Because see, first of all, you got to build something. And that's the hardest part, building something from nothing. Because it's going to be slow. Like when I started this YouTube channel, it really was slow. But, well, that ain't really true because back then YouTube was different. Matthew Campbell, what's 45 years out of 90 years? When you look at how long you're going to live, because I'm 53 years old and I could live another 30 to 40 years. And that got me to thinking, because I went to the doctor today. Everything is going in the right direction. I've had my heart EKG, and I'm looking good. So I can potentially live another 30 something to 40 something years. And I'm 53. That's a long time. So, and this is one of the things that keeps me going. Life of a serious dealer. Should we focus on service businesses, then building our market? You should focus on what kind of service business you can do, what kind of service business that fits in alignment with your strengths. And then, because see, the thing is, it's going to take some time. And if you're doing something you hate, or you're doing something because supposedly there's good money over there, it's going to become a grind. And why start a job that you're going to hate? Having a proven online course is better than having a hit record that can be sold over and over again without any constraints, location, capacity, or employees. That's why he sold his business. Once again, when I tell people that the Amazing Selling Machine made $92 million, people are stunned. I got that Apple Watch with the EKG monitor. But, I had to go to my cardiologist, and they hooked up the machine, and they did all these tests and stuff on me. So I'm good. I don't have to see my cardiologist for 6 months. Actually, I'll see the nurse assistant 6 months from now, and then I'll see him a year from now, because I'm out of the woods, as he said today. So, this whole process is that a process? Because when you're brand new to business, you don't know what you don't know, and everything is brand new. Everything is super complex. Everything is kind of crazy, and it's a process. Because, like I said, fast forward 5 years from now, you put in the work, you built the business, you got money, you got time, you have the ability to live your life the way that you want to live your life. That's, in 5 years. Because this is why I keep saying this, and I'm going to keep saying this, because many people feel that they can do this in weeks or months. You're only making $30,000 a year, but all of a sudden you're going to take this $2,000 course, and in a few months you're going to be making $100K a year. More than likely ain't going to work out, because you're a $30K a year person right now. And you're going to take a few years to develop into that $100K or that 7-figure person. It's going to take you some time because, like, one of the situations, like with my ex, she had issues with money. Like when I had my heart attack, she was like, we need to cut off the maid service. I'm like, why? That was her mindset. Like whenever something happened, like cut, eliminate. And y'all saw the maids were here the other day in one live stream. They were in the live stream while I was doing it. Because once again, and this is once you build it, like in the beginning, yeah, wash your car, clean your house, do everything you need to do. But once you start getting money, you're going to start having someone else wash your car, and you're going to have, it seems she really wasn't, man. And that was the reason when I had a heart attack and she realized that if I died, that her standard of living that she was currently living at was gonna, that was an awakening moment for her. And once again, you know, like with my ex who wasn't used to having money and doing certain things, like, you know, she would like wash her own car and stuff like this. And I was like, I don't wash my own car. I got people to do that. I haven't washed my own car in about 10 years. That's what you're supposed to do instead of doing everything, pay someone else to boost the economy and buy back your time. This is why I have maids come to my house twice a month. I don't clean. The only thing I do is my laundry. And that really doesn't take a lot because I just throw it in there while I'm working and then I get it out. So it doesn't take up a lot of time. So you definitely got to get rid of the broke mentality and the poverty mindset. But in the beginning, you're going to be working your tuchus off. You're going to be working. You're going to be, you know, because like a lot of people want to come online and make money and they don't understand how much goes into selling a product online. Rugged Collars, he has an e-commerce business and he's been grinding for a few years. Great content this evening. So glad you preach. It takes time to build a business, but you guys, it's still a sweet journey. And, you know, Rugged Collars, you know, I don't know if you want me to mention this. I don't know if you tell people, but, you know, you could put in your past in the comments if you wanted to, because he wasn't in the position to get a job. Alex Simone, the real estate is on hold because I decided to build another platform like Hustlers Kung Fu, B School for Hustlers. So, you know, because I got a gang of money saved, but I'm probably going to save up an equal amount and then get into the real estate game. Because when you got a grip of cash, that's like security and you just don't want to let it go. And I could buy a rental and I'll get that rental income, but it ain't the same as having that money. And also, the market is kind of crazy here in Atlanta. That was another issue. I was seeing people who had bought real estate and half did it and messed up and ran out of money and was trying to unload it on Zillow. I was just like, this is crazy. So instead of jumping into this real estate thing the way I don't want to, because see, I was going to make some moves and I didn't want to make those kind of moves. So I was like, you know what? Hit the pause button and focus on what you're good at. What I'm telling you, focus on your strengths, focus on what you're good at. So your business is in alignment with your strengths. I mean, that's just going to make it easier to be a success. Yeah, Nino, you can make an LLC. See, the LLC has nothing to do with your bank account. So I'm going to get off in the real estate next year. Because one of the things, because, you know, I'm starting to see prices soften a little bit. So that was one of the things. But with the topic, your weekends are over starting tomorrow. If you are serious, yeah, you can make an LLC on LegalZoom, but I would recommend you do it yourself. Dion Brady starting from the bottom. We all started at the bottom, man. Marvin's Marketing Martinez. People have no idea of getting strangers to spend their money with someone they don't know online. It's not an easy thing at all. It just looks easy. Joseph, Loki, I thought it was normal. Now I grind. You make it sound like people are. There's a lot of people out here don't want to grind. You got people right now with late car notes. On Christmas Eve, someone posted on Facebook that their power had got shut off. And this person has children. You got folks out here who car note is late. Credit card bills are late. And they still took off for the holidays. LL Lewis, start a business. Don't go to college for business. Start a business. You're going to learn business by running a business. I mean, this is a lot of people. This is what I'm talking about. I know there are people out there who are moving their car. And with these new cars, it's kind of like hard because they all have GPS locators in them. But they're hiding their car. They're disabling the GPS so the repo man can't get their car until they can catch up on their payments, if they catch up on their payments. You got people out here doing these kind of stuff who they don't want to grind. You got people out here who know they need more income and will not get a second job or start a service business. They won't do it. Planning stationery and desk, her stuff was shut off. And she had been late for a minute. And she was asking people on Facebook for someone to help her out to pay her bill. So her stuff was shut off. And once again, there are people in these situations who need to be grinding, who don't need to be taking days off. And there's just this mentality that people feel because it's the holidays. Like, I took Thanksgiving off. I didn't take Christmas off. All we did is, my girl came over for Christmas and we had Christmas here and that was it. I worked Christmas Day. I took a little time. I worked Christmas Day and I took Christmas evening off. Because building and grinding takes time and dedication. Let's see. After starving and having absolutely nothing to eat, it was my own fault because I didn't work harder than I was enough to make me get out of my shit. This is a moment I realized when I was in that boarding house that I was there due to my own fault. I didn't save any money. And if I had a robust savings account, if I had the savings habits I have now, I never would have been in that situation. I mean, I can live many years on the money I've got saved up already. And that's why I'm just not really ready to let it go for some real estate when, I already got a grip put away and I'm just sitting there like, I mean, the plan is to save up more money and use that new money to get real estate and probably put this money into a long-term investment. Alexis, pay that car off. Don't get a new car. Pay that car off. Jesse, I wonder if she would help a dude asking for the same thing. That's a good question. I don't know. Gunji, I was working on my website. I screwed around yesterday. Today is back to business. People stop me all the time in my BMW technician uniform to disable their cars, GPS and remote disable. Most of them have new plates. Good Lord. Jamar Johnson, I worked the entire week, sold 2 life insurance policies on Christmas Eve, then one day after Christmas. All right. Yeah, because Joseph, Uber will be surging on New Year's. Alexis, no Hellcat. Benny, I have a 2005 Hyundai, no car payment, runs perfectly fine. People are financing cars and they have no money. And, you know, this is one of the things, because I talk about it. If you make less than $50,000 a year, well, really 100, you don't need to be buying a new car. You really don't need to be buying a new car. And this is one of the things, because part of the grind is personal sacrifice. You know, because I recently did some consulting with a couple. He wanted to start a business, so I gave him the hard truth. They both had newer cars that was like one was 6 months old and one was 2 years old. And I said, you need to sell those new cars and get yourself some cars you can pay cash for. And they looked at me like I had 4 heads. Grind hard. I have a 93 Cadillac, runs just fine. L. Lewis, why people getting Hellcats? The Hellcat's a popular car with younger people. They love it because, you know, you use the red key, you can get all 700 horses. You use the black key, you only get 500 horses. No Omni and Hellcats around here. His videos have become funny because now he doesn't have unlimited funds. He be tripping on prices of stuff. It's funny as hell. Angelo, I'm where I'm at because of me. I've been making 40 to 100,000 since I was a teenager, but nobody taught me about savings. Savings and investments is a critical component of success. Yeah, I mean, it's a popular car. I know people here are only focused on business opportunities, but people don't know the number one product is data. Gordon Gekko, data is some of the most valuable stuff on the planet. That's from the movie Wall Street. So once again, I'm just here to say, you know, it's 2020 around the corner. You gotta let these weekends go if you're serious about your future success. And once again, we're doing the course. Let me see if the link's below. It is. The link's below. So we're going to go through this path, and this is the pathway. First of all, you're going to get your personal finances straight. I know everybody wants to skip over getting their personal finances straight, getting their personal credit straight, and jump into this business. Here's the bad news. If you have bad money habits, they will leak into your business. They will leak into your business decisions. You know, your business will be doing fine, and you'll be like, well, I need to take a vacation. So you're going to take money out the business, and you're going to start choking off the business because of your bad financial habits. So once again, I think if you got the cash to pay for every car you want, that's the way to go. So once again, commit to the grind. You got to commit to the grind because you're looking at a 2 to 3 year journey to go from where you are today to where you want to be tomorrow. All right. So go ahead and get the course today. And remember, all of the Christmas specials are ending the beginning of the year. So with that, I'll see you guys later.